The camera fades in slowly over a grayscale image of Buckingham Palace. The sound of rain tapping against iron gates echoes softly. Behind the grandeur of gilded halls and carefully orchestrated appearances, whispers are growing louder, whispers that threaten to reshape the very heart of the British monarchy. Could the unthinkable be happening? Could the seemingly unshakable bond between Prince William and Princess Catherine be on the verge of a historic rupture? Cut to a montage of Prince William and Princess Catherine through the years. Their wedding day, the birth of their children, their recent public appearances. For over a decade, the world has looked to them as the embodiment of modern royalty steady, graceful, united. But recent months have painted a picture far less perfect. Cancelled appearances, growing absences, and a media storm that refuses to settle. Before we unravel this delicate tapestry of speculation, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. This is a story the world is watching unfold in real time, and we will keep you informed as the truth emerges. Royal watchers have noted the subtle yet telling shifts. From the unusually long period Catherine spent away from public view earlier this year, to William appearing alone at key events that once would have been shared milestones. To the public, these are mere glimpses, but to those who understand the relentless pressure of royal life, they are signals. To understand where this speculation stems from, we must trace the timeline. It began innocently with a series of minor cancellations. Then, official communications grew vague. Phrases like recovering privately and taking personal time replaced the once clear and confident statements from Kensington Palace. Life as a royal is a double-edged sword. On one side, privilege and adoration. On the other, scrutiny and suffocating expectations. For William and Catherine, every gesture, every word is analyzed, magnified, and immortalized by a media machine hungry for the next twist in the royal saga. Experts have long warned that the strain of being both a future king and a devoted husband is immense, and that the monarchy's survival often demands sacrifices that are rarely visible to the public eye. Princess Catherine, beloved for her poise and elegance, has endured a particularly intense spotlight. Her health, her appearances, even her expressions are dissected by tabloids and online theorists alike. Could the relentless pressure and its toll be pushing her to retreat further from the public gaze? In recent weeks, headlines have ranged from the cautious to the sensational. Is the royal dream cracking? Inside sources hint at strain. William and Kate, a palace in turmoil. Each article fans the flames. Each whisper adds weight to a growing narrative. That behind palace gates all may not be well. But why now? And why with such intensity? To answer that, we must examine the shifting landscape of the monarchy itself, a family still healing from the loss of Queen Elizabeth II, adapting under the reign of King Charles III, and navigating a world where public opinion has never been more divided. The separation of a royal couple is never just a private matter. It is a constitutional tremor, a cultural upheaval, and a global headline. Royal insiders often describe life behind palace walls as a gilded cage. Freedom is limited, privacy is a rare commodity, and every moment is subject to public expectation. For William and Catherine, this reality has only intensified as their roles edge ever closer to the throne. Unlike the days when their relationship blossomed away from the spotlight, their marriage now bears the weight of a nation's gaze. Every smile must be genuine yet controlled. Every appearance must reassure the public that the monarchy remains steadfast. From the moment they exchanged vows in 2011, their union was heralded as the monarchy's modern fairy tale, a future king and his university sweetheart, navigating love amid duty. But fairy tales are written with ink that smudges under the rain of reality. Close observers have noticed the subtle shifts, less visible displays of affection, longer stretches apart, carefully worded palace statements that hint at unity but avoid intimacy. The most striking chapter in this unfolding story came earlier this year, when Catherine withdrew from public life for an extended period. Officially, It was framed as a time for recovery and personal focus, but the lack of detail fueled an avalanche of speculation. Social media became a breeding ground for theories. Was she ill? Was there trouble at home? Was this the beginning of a quiet trial separation, masked by the veil of privacy? During this same period, Prince William carried on with his royal duties, largely alone, attending state banquets, charity galas, and diplomatic events without the reassuring presence of his wife by his side. Each solo appearance fed the rumor mill, prompting whispers that the future king was preparing for a new chapter without her. Body language experts pored over footage, noting the stiffness in his posture, the absence of his characteristic warmth when speaking about his family. Lost in much of this media storm are the three young heirs whose lives would be most affected by any fracture in their parents' marriage: Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Palace sources insist that both William and Catherine remain devoted, protective parents, but the emotional strain of a household under siege is difficult to shield from young eyes. History has shown us what royal separations can do to children. Echoes of Charles and Diana's turbulent split still linger within the royal psyche. The ghost of Princess Diana casts a long shadow over this moment. Her own troubled marriage with then Prince Charles, now King Charles III, set a precedent that shook the monarchy to its core. Could history be threatening to repeat itself, this time with her eldest son? There is a tragic poetry to the idea. A woman who once redefined royal motherhood may now watch from history as her son faces the same impossible crossroads between love, duty, and public expectation. Thus far, Kensington Palace has maintained a delicate balance, neither confirming nor directly denying the whispers. Their carefully worded statements emphasize unity and resilience, yet they stop short of providing the transparency the public craves. This silence, whether strategic or reluctant, has allowed the speculation to flourish unchecked. For every day that passes without a united front, the narrative gains strength. This is not merely a private matter. The marriage of William and Catherine represents a cornerstone of the monarchy's modern identity. Together, they embody stability, continuity, and hope for a generation that has questioned the relevance of royal tradition. A separation, even a rumored one, carries implications far beyond palace gates. From Commonwealth diplomacy to tourism, from public trust to the very image of the crown itself. Here lies the heart of the matter. Is there substance behind the whispers, or is this a storm of conjecture fueled by a hungry press? Royal experts remain divided. Some insist this is the inevitable strain of two people living under extraordinary circumstances. Others claim to have heard murmurs of genuine marital discord. As with all things royal, the truth is layered, shrouded in protocol, masked by smiles, and revealed only when history demands it. In the next part of this unfolding story, we will explore the forces at play, the role of the media, the pressures of succession, and the very human reality of a marriage lived on a global stage. Stay with us, because the deeper we go, the more the pieces begin to connect, and the more the future of the crown itself comes into question. No royal story survives long without the lens of public attention. For William and Catherine, the media has always been a double-edged sort of platform to celebrate their achievements, but also a magnifying glass on every misstep, every moment of tension. Social media amplifies whispers into global headlines within seconds. Every subtle gesture, every brief absence, every wardrobe choice becomes fodder for speculation. A glance across a room, once unnoticed, is now dissected by millions. Analysts note that the speed and intensity of modern media has made private reconciliation nearly impossible, forcing every small decision into public theater. Inside Kensington Palace, strategy is paramount. Officials walk a delicate tightrope, offering reassurance without overexposure. The careful wording of press releases, the timing of appearances, even the angle of photographs are all calculated to convey unity while respecting privacy. Yet, for every measured statement, there emerges a dozen interpretations, fueling speculation that the royal household cannot always control. Speculation around Catherine has grown especially intense. Observers point to periods of absence, health-related retreats, and her increasingly rare solo appearances. Sources suggest that, behind the poised public image, she faces immense pressure balancing motherhood, royal duties, and personal well-being. Those closest to her describe a woman determined to maintain strength in public while quietly navigating the demands that come with being a global icon. Could this silent burden be contributing to tension in her marriage? Prince William, heir to the throne, carries responsibilities that few can imagine. Public expectation demands strength, wisdom, and composure. Yet, even a future king is human, and the demands of his position inevitably clash with personal desires. Friends note that William has grown increasingly introspective, choosing moments of solitude over public engagement. Some interpret this as focus on duty, others as a sign of marital strain. Either way, it underscores the challenge of balancing crown and family. To truly understand the speculation, we must examine the pivotal moments in recent months. January, Catherine cancels major public engagement citing personal reasons. February, William attends diplomatic reception solo, sparking social media chatter. March, rumors of private disagreements circulate in select tabloids. April, Catherine is seen briefly at charity event, notably restrained in demeanor. May, observers note lack of joint appearances. Body language experts analyze interactions. Each event individually may seem trivial, but collectively, they have painted a picture that the public cannot ignore. Advisors, PR teams, and palace officials act as the invisible hand guiding every move. Their mission: to maintain the monarchy's image, manage rumors, and protect personal lives. Yet their influence has limits, and when whispers leak beyond palace walls, the narrative is no longer theirs to control. Sources suggest internal debates are ongoing about how to handle the scrutiny, whether to issue a rare clarifying statement or to allow time and appearances to stabilize public perception naturally. Across the globe, royal watchers have taken sides. Some defend the couple, insisting that privacy and patience are paramount. Others interpret every gesture as confirmation of discontent. Social media, blogs, and forums have turned into echo chambers, amplifying rumors and dissecting appearances with clinical intensity. The stakes are high. Public perception directly influences the monarchy's credibility. A perceived fracture in the royal couple could lead to lasting reputational damage. Looking back, we see lessons in history. The marriage of Charles and Diana, the turbulent unions of past monarchs, and the hidden struggles of royals often glossed over in public. These precedents illustrate that royal marriages exist in a realm apart from ordinary life, a pressure cooker of expectation, scrutiny, and protocol. Could William and Catherine be facing a modern iteration of the challenges that plagued previous generations? Experts suggest several potential outcomes. 1. Reconciliation, working through tensions privately, eventually returning to unified public appearances. 2. Quiet separation, maintaining public unity while living apart in private. 3. Formal split, a highly controlled announcement, similar to the precedents set by Charles and Diana. Each scenario carries profound implications, both personal and political, with ripple effects across the monarchy and the Commonwealth. Central to any speculation are Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Their parents' choices inevitably impact their daily lives and emotional well-being. Insiders emphasize that William and Catherine's dedication to their children remains steadfast, yet the delicate balance between privacy, duty, and familial stability is ever present. Every decision must consider the children's security, education, and exposure to public attention, a challenge few can truly fathom. This story extends far beyond the United Kingdom. Media outlets worldwide track every royal development, turning personal speculation into global headlines. A minor domestic disagreement could dominate international news cycles, influencing public perception, diplomacy, and even royal tourism. The couple's choices are no longer merely personal, they are symbolic, representing the crown's capacity to adapt to a modern world while preserving tradition. Amid these pressures, the human element cannot be ignored. Love, loyalty, and personal fulfillment are as crucial as public duty. Royal marriages may be historic, but they are also profoundly human. Catherine and William are not immune to the struggles faced by couples everywhere, albeit with a magnified lens. Experts suggest that the tension we observe is as much about individual needs as it is about public expectation. And therein lies the drama, the collision of private hearts with the relentless machinery of monarchy. In the next segment, we will explore the sources fueling these rumors, from unnamed palace insiders to tabloid speculation and social media narratives. We will also examine how royal PR strategies, historical precedent, and personal dynamics intersect to shape one of the most closely watched relationships in the world. Stay tuned, because what lies ahead may redefine everything we think we know about life behind the palace gates.